Hello, everyone.
Recording in progress.
Welcome to our final day of the Soul Evolution Masterclass series. I'm so excited. You guys are here. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what day you're on, how you're feeling, how you're doing. Also, let me know if there's a weird leg in my. I'm going to kind of restart my camera here for a second. It was like a weird leg that I'm seeing. Okay, that looks a little better. Day 7, day 8, day 10. Very sad it's over. Tell me if this was your first Soul Evolution Masterclass series or if you've attended other ones as well. I try to do these twice a year. I have students that join every time. I have students that are first timers. It's a fun series that I've been doing for quite some time, and each time I do it a little differently. We might have some similar healings, but everything's always channeled on the spot because it's all based on what's going on in the collective in the moment. And if you're new to me, my name is Amy Robeson. I'm an Akashic Record Master Teacher. I'm so excited you are here. The Akashic Records have completely changed my life, and I love sharing about the Akashic Records because they can help you in so many areas of your life, because they're one of the most amazing a spiritual tool that is specifically that is for your life. It's also known as the Book of Life in the Bible, and this has nothing to do about religion. I just like sharing that piece for anybody that is coming from a religious background or is practicing religion. The records welcome you no matter where you're at in your life and what your belief system is, because that's the cool part about the records. They only show up for students when they are ready, and there's this pull towards them. I know, like, the first time I heard it, I was like, that felt familiar, that felt interesting. Like, I wanted to lean into, what is that? Why does that feel familiar? And chances are you probably have been exploring the records in some way, shape, or form in different lifetimes, or you've accidentally found yourself in there. Or you used to do it as a kid. No one taught you. That happens. And so with the Akashic Records, they are a field of infinite possibility. They're like a database of your soul. And we can open up this field of infinite possibilities, and we can talk to the masters, teachers, loved ones to receive love and guidance and support in any and all areas of your life. And one of the things that I love about this tool is it's a practical tool. I think it's really neat and interesting when we receive really cool downloads about weird stuff. I love weird stuff. Do you love weird stuff? Let me know in the chat box if you love weird stuff. So, like, let's say you got a download about how consciousness works, or about how about galactic beings or angels, and that's all really cool, and I love that stuff. And how does that help you now? How does that help you as, like, for me, I would say, how does that help Amy? Like, for you, how does that help you? How does that help you live the best human life possible in this lifetime? And I want to, for me, like, using the records, it has to be grounded in practicality as well, while we can still explore the weird, the esoteric, the super strange. And trust me, I think it's super strange, and I love all sorts of different weird things. But I also know that I live in a human body in this space and time. I'm in my dream world right now, which is Amy having a human experience. My soul is Amy having a human experience. And because of that, like, how can I live heaven on earth in this experience? How can I get and uproot myself from misery, from trauma, from sadness, overthinking, overcomplicating the illusions that I created either in this lifetime or a previous lifetime, or my ancestors created and I was born into them? How can I get out of those illusions? And the records can help you with that. The records can help you with that. So with that being said, today what we're doing is we are doing Q&A. So I'm going to answer commonly asked questions about the records, about Sacred Awakening. Also, if you have questions about the records or about Sacred Awakening, and Sacred Awakening is the Akashic Record program that I teach. Early bird ends tomorrow, which is 50% off. You learn how to open the records for yourself and for others. We have really amazing bonuses, and I'll go through all that in just a moment. If you have any questions about either one of the topics, type it in the chat box or in the comment section, and I'm happy to answer. Danielle said, totally strange and peculiar. Then I go down the rabbit hole. Yes, I love it. That is one of the things that I love too. And the records can help you go down the rabbit hole. I also love that they can help you go down the rabbit hole and they can help you live in this experience. Because what I found oftentimes, and tell me if this is something you've experienced in this lifetime or you're currently experiencing it. You just type me in the chat box. Like, I oftentimes feel that at some point in our life, or this is happening currently, that there is a feeling of, I don't want to be here. Like, this doesn't feel like home, and it's hard to be human, or I yearn for something else. I learned to get out of this human school. And that can be really hard for some people. And so they're trying to escape this human experience. But the thing is we are meant to have an experience as a human. And while we're having it, we get the honor. This is where it's really important. Like, we get the honor of feeling emotions. We get the honor of working through that challenge. We get the honor to overcome something our soul was setting an intention for you to overcome in this human experience. And it's always an invitation, and it's always the ability to stay curious about it. And that's the one thing that I love about the records, is there's an invitation to be curious instead of judgy. Judgy keeps you stuck. And with the curiosity, it allows this softening to happen into, what is that? Why do I react that way? And then it also allows you to have the human experience while staying curious, while staying open, while evolving, while moving out of the challenges and into a reaction that supports your evolution versus into a reaction that keeps you stuck and complacent in the same space. And for me, like, I want the weird. Trust me, I want the weird. I love the weird. I love going down all the rabbit holes of what that looks like. But I also want, most importantly, the practicality of being able to live in my body and to live in my life and feel good doing it. Because I think that there's something really liberating in feeling good in the experience. I think there's something liberating in freeing myself or freeing yourself from the illusion of the past, from the illusion from the ancestors, from the illusion from previous experiences that your soul had that's keeping you stuck in a particular frequency code. And everything is energy. And so when we have that opportunity to shift out of that, we literally free ourselves. So we liberate ourselves as well. Maria says, yeah, I sometimes feel so nostalgic for Source. Like, I miss feeling wrapped in love and light. And we get to experience that. That's like the one thing that I will tell you, a lot of my students will say is, like, when they open their records for the first time, there's a coming home feeling. And you get to have that feeling just by going in the records. And so if you're missing that feeling, I totally get that. Are the Akashic records connected to galactics or angels, or are they somewhat the difference? I feel confused in these terms. Source equals God. So what is the difference between these beings? So everything that's ever in existence is held inside of the Akashic records. And so there is a connection. So there's different people that teach different things about the Akashic records. The way that I teach it is it's connected to everything. Okay, it's connected to the infinite field of possibilities. And so because everything has an Akashic records, everything exists in the Akashic records. If you're meant to understand things about galactic beings, alien beings, light beings, angels, it's all exists inside the Akashic records. And so there is information for you to understand that. I just got done teaching one of our advanced levels, and in the advanced levels, guess what came up today? Like, we were looking at the galactic wars, and we were looking at a galactic lifetime in a previous life. And so there are so many different things, and not everyone was only a human, a soul having a human experience. You can have many different things. And so everything about your soul exists in there. And so if angel, galactic, elementals, any of that stuff was a part of your journey, it will be revealed to you as well. Debbie said, how can we tell the difference between intuition and fear? How do you figure it out for yourself, knowing everyone is different? And so what I do in Sacred Awakening is we talk about what each clair is and how to tune into that clair and how to understand how that clair is giving you information. Because we're using our clairs to receive intuitive information. And so for me, if I have something that's coming forward as a knowing, like let's say I have this knowing that person right there is not good for me. Like, so that might feel like a fear in the body, right? So instead of moving into fear, I move into curiosity. And this is all part of level 1 in Sacred Awakening, is like, how do we move past fear and into curiosity? How do we move past judgment and into curiosity? How do we move into curiosity in general? And so that curiosity allows me to understand the difference between my intuition telling me, hey, that person is not good for me, versus a fear being triggered. And I have had intuitive hits. I've had guidance from the guardians, like, hey, that is not in alignment with you. That person is not good for you. I have had, things that where it's the opposite too. Here's this amazing opportunity, and do I say yes, but I'm scared? Or do I say no because that fear is in place? The question then would be like, how do I use the records to find out what I'm in alignment with? What is fear and what is intuition? And so it's a rabbit hole that you can keep going down and keep utilizing to understand who you are. And intuition is really important because intuition is our birthright. Everyone's intuitive, even if you don't feel like you're intuitive. Everyone's intuitive. Everyone receives information, and some are really strong and some are really turned down. And so the matter is like really turning in and allowing those clairs to start coming all back online and utilizing them in a way that allows you to get the information that you're seeking as well. Marissa, what is a book you recommend? I don't have a book, Mary. I'm sorry. I don't have a book. Hopefully my book comes out this year, but I don't have a book. I don't have anything like that to recommend. I love trusting myself enough to ask and receive gifts. Awesome. Could it be you have downloads, but you don't realize it? We all have downloads, and sometimes an inspirational thought can be a download. Sometimes I'm just resetting my camera because it got fuzzy. Sometimes the download can feel like a thought. Sometimes the download can feel like it can be in motion. So it's like all of a sudden you have this inspiration come through. Like, we receive downloads all the time. Like, it's up to us to understand the synchronicity and what to do with them. And that's where the records come in as well. Thank you. This is a great question. Can you explain the perception thing with the records. It's a little confusing. I love this. Okay, so when it comes to the records, the guardians take into consideration all perspectives. So the best way for us to look at this would be like a little easier way for us to look at it is, let's say you are at work and you're working on a project and somebody on the project that you're working with bites your head off, like literally loses their cool. And when you're in that project, you start assuming things. You start moving into judgment. You can maybe move into one judgment, one perception of the reality. Maybe you're like, oh, that person's unprepared. That's why they're biting my head off. Or they don't know what they're doing. Where the guardians might go, hey, in that situation, that person was having a hard time. They're not going to tell you different things, but they can give you alternative perspectives on things. And so they might go, it's important for you to have compassion because you don't know what's going on in their life. And so the guardians might know, like, hey, that colleague has a dying mother at home and is having a hard time processing that person's transition, and there's a lot of responsibilities on their plate. They might not tell you that, but they have that perception in place. And so if you're having a hard time with the person at work or having a hard time communicating or whatever, they're going to take into that consideration, that perception around any given situation and be able to guide you in a way that helps you to evolve. How often, like, have you ever had something happen where you maybe judged that person and later found out, like, oh, that person, the judgment was actually wrong because something else was going on in their life? Like, you don't know what's going on, and you don't know, like, why someone might be reacting the way they're reacting. And the guardians take into consideration every perception, every possibility around any given situation. And they'll always answer from a place of compassion, non-judgment, and from a place of really taking in 360 degree. It's kind of like you have two people in a disagreement. You have one person's truth and then the other person have their truth. And somewhere in that story is another perception of what happened. Like, I can have some family members that are arguing, right? And I can go, I understand their perception. I understand their perception. And I understand why they might be arguing, but neither one of those people can understand or are willing to understand how maybe someone perceived that or something like that. So is this helpful? Let me know in the comments. But they take into consideration a 360 degree view of any given situation, and they're always going to answer from that perspective. So they're not only holding one perspective on any given situation, because if you only hold one perspective, you're going to miss out on all the magic that's around as well that can allow you to have a breakthrough. If we have tunnel vision and it's like, I'm only able to do this, but hey, there's 20 other options that are available to you to get to where you want to go. The guardians are going to give you other options besides the one you think is the only aligned one, because that only aligned one might not even be in alignment at all. And so they take those into consideration as well. If a person is experiencing health issues, can the Akashic Records heal the issue? Or does it just let you know where it came from and what is causing the issue? I can answer this from my experience. Please note that everybody's experience is different. the master's teachers and loved ones are going to share different things with you regarding assisting you in your health. And for me, I've had many different things that the guardians have helped me with in terms of my health. So my husband and I, we were having a hard time getting pregnant, and I had to go get an MRI for my neck. Well, when I got the MRI, they picked up that I had a cyst on my pituitary gland. And so I needed to go get another scan. And so when that happened, I instantly went into the records and I was like, hey, like this is going on. What do you recommend? And they gave a protocol. We want you to do this many types of healing sessions and then go scan in 3 months. Well, my husband was not happy with my decision on how I was handling the situation. And so before the time that they said to do it, I ended up getting a new scan 3 months later and the cyst was completely gone. And so and it was because I did the protocol that I was being guided to do. And so I've had many different health things that the guardians have helped me with, from autoimmune stuff to neuropathy to nerve pain to I had to have emergency surgery when I was 20 weeks pregnant. And then that like really messed up my whole experience because I had like pain through my midline. And so there is a lot of things that can help inside of the Akashic Records. It's really important that you still are doing and talking to a doctor and things like that. They will also refer you. Like I was diagnosed with a weird skin thing, and I kept hearing a particular doctor I was meant to go see because it was a different doctor that diagnosed me, and that doctor was not helpful whatsoever. And so I kept hearing to go see this doctor, and that doctor ended up being the freaking unicorn I was looking for many, 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 many years. She ended up helping me with all sorts of different stuff and referring me to other people that could help me with things. And so they can help you with finding the right people, with putting certain health protocols in place. And I can't promise you that because I'm not a doctor. I just know that there's a lot of things that you can do in the records, and I have had great success for myself with this. I've seen people have great success with it too. So you get out of the records what you put in, and it's important that you understand what you're asking. It's important you understand what they're sharing. And then that's where I come in, where I'm like really helping you understand those things and where to go deeper as well. Can the guardians give me direction related to finance? Absolutely. They can give you direction on any area of your life. So they can give you direction with relationships, romance, friendships, family. They can give you it's a whole life tool. So finances, wealth, money, career, business, spirituality, fun, leisure, health, and I think I got all the areas, but think about it as fulfillment. What areas in your life are you wanting to be fulfilled in? And they can help you with those areas. And then other areas overlap with one another as well. I healed my lupus by healing my trauma. Yes. And so that's the thing. It's like, we got to understand where we're holding trauma in our body. And so this is where in Sacred Awakening, I don't just say, here, this is how you just open the records and I call it a day, because my ultimate goal is to teach you how to use the records to create the life of your dream, to heal the trauma that's in your body, to create balance and have a better relationship with yourself. And so it's really such an amazing short period of time that we are in level 1 together, and how quick things transform if you're doing the work. So students get results based on the work that they're putting into it and the curiosity they have. And so that's really important. Jonathan, I've been doing the bonus healing meditations. My question is it normal to receive the healing with headaches and grogginess sometimes? Jacqueline, make sure you're drinking water. So I would suggest drinking some water and then moving your body when you're done, because I might just see you like needing to shake the dust off your body. And that will help. Also, did you just change time? Like some people who just had a time zone change, like we just changed clocks, right? That is also causing some grogginess for people. And that's like a little bit of a, like just an energy we're shifting out of and into a new energy. And so it happens. And so it gave a week or two, because some people it takes a week, some people it takes 2 days, some people it takes 3 weeks. Just give it a week or two. But move your body, shake your body. Now I'm healing my RA. I'm so excited for you, my dear. That's awesome. Can you use Reiki in combination with the records for healing? Absolutely. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I started with hands-on healing. I started with dream interpretation. I started with meditation. These are all things like I find really, really fascinating. And so they meet you where you're at, and then they'll add on to your tools as well. And so if you're a Reiki practitioner, it just takes your session to a whole new level. Do you have to have Reiki? No. Do you have to have meditation in your toolbox? No. You don't have to have anything in your toolbox, because the course, I'm going to share a lot of things. And if you're an advanced student, we're going to go more advanced. If you're a beginner student, it's going to meet you where you're at. It's always going to meet you where you're at. Do you favor books on the Akashic records like Linda Howard? Nope. I don't have, like, I have not read any. I've had Edgar Casey books that I've read, but not like, Edgar Casey doesn't have like a book that I know of that just says, here, this is how you open the records. I like some of the Edgar Casey books and the files. And if you don't know who Edgar Casey is the most well-documented psychic. He was a practitioner of the records. And what's also fascinating, he's really Christian. And so some of the things that he experienced and would channel in sessions, and he had the foresight to document every session, would actually go against some of his religious beliefs, which is really interesting on how his work evolved and what was shared. And he like would come up with like all sorts of different things, from like medical advice to like inventions, and he would channel all sorts of different things. And he was called a sleeping prophet. Absolutely love Edgar Casey. If a person is experiencing health issues, can the Akashic records heal that? I already answered that. Can everyone open the records? I'm very disconnected, and I have tried a lot of things and didn't get any results. Maria, it might just be that like the method wasn't for you that you were trying. So every method has a particular opening. Not all Akashic record courses are created equal. Not all teachers are in alignment with every student they have. And so it's important that you find, if I'm not your person, go find the person that you are in alignment with. Go find the method for the Akashic records you are in alignment with. It's important that the opening is wide and it's not shallow. It gives you the results that you're looking for. And what makes my program and the way I teach it is I'm available. I will answer your questions. Like, once you sign up, you get invited into our community. You don't have to join the community if you don't want to, but the community is there. You can ask questions. You can tag me. I will respond. I'm excited to connect with you guys, because this is a part of my work. And so the more questions you ask, the deeper I have a deeper understanding of the records too. And this is where I love this. And this is one of the reasons why I started my business, is because I love community and I love having conversations. And so at any point in time, if you feel lost, if you feel disconnected, you ask, hey, I feel disconnected. What can I do? And then I'll tune in and I'll share. Like that's really important. And so like, I'm just hearing like the method wasn't there for you and the opening wasn't there for you. The previous ones you've tried. Michelle, if we read the records for ourselves and it is about our relationship, then how do we read it without asking permission from them? The guardians are always going to give you information on how it relates back to you. So in Sacred Awakening, I teach you how to open the records for yourself. I teach you how to open the records for other people. I also talk about ethics. It's really important not to break spiritual laws. It's really important not to go be digging in other people's records that you don't have permission to dig in. And so we can ask questions that relate back to you, relate back to your situation, and the guardians will always answer that when it comes back to you. And so if let's say I'm having a disagreement with my spouse, I can say, hey, what can I learn from this experience? Hey, I'm having a hard time communicating. Why? Hey, how can I better communicate this with my partner? It's all about learning how to ask powerful questions. Like you have to have some sort of knowledge on like how to ask the question properly and how to take it deeper, because it's not just asking one question. It's about asking many questions to have a better understanding of the situation. And the guardians want to share with you. They want to provide you with resources as well. Okay, let me go. When you're facilitating a session using other modalities, should you have your own records open? Is it safe? Yeah, absolutely, my dear. Yeah. Have you ever dealt with a soul fragment and retrieving them back? Yep, that is something that we do in our advanced levels. It's important that if we're fractile, because we fractile all the time, that we do a soul retrieval. Now, in level 1, we do a past life regression. We do work with the ancestors. We just go into advanced techniques in Healer's Edition with Sacred Awakening as well. How often do you offer Sacred Awakening? Usually twice a year. Usually twice a year I do. So good to remember she has lots of years of experience too. Yeah, I've been doing this for quite some time. I love, like, guys, this is like one of my favorite tools. Like if I were to break down the 3 core things that I always have in anything I'm teaching, anything I'm doing, there's always the Akashic records. There's always something with crystalline energy coming through, and then light language. And it's okay if you're not into light language. It's okay if you're not into crystals as well. It's just, those are like my 3 through lines that no matter what I'm doing or how I'm doing it, those 3 components are always going to be in something that I offer. Can we have our records open in our everyday lives, just interactive? Yes, absolutely. Yep, you can. You can, if I just got back from Conscious Life Expo in LA, I gave a workshop, I gave a panel talk, like I have my records open when I'm on stage. If I'm getting ready to have a challenging conversation with my partner, I'm going to have my records open. If I'm working on a work project, I have my records open. You can have your records open. It's not cheating either. I've had people in the past who are like, I feel like it's cheating if I'm getting answers. No, you have to have the awareness to actually ask the question, which is called curiosity. And you have the right to ask questions about yourself. You have the right to know about yourself. You have the right to have a self-discovery. You have the right to live your best life. And it's just really amazing. Can you explain like language is the cosmic language of your soul. Every word, movement, vibration, symbol holds paragraphs of information that can't be fully articulated into the human language. And I said human language doesn't mean, it means all languages that we humans use. And so there's information that it's being channeled that wants to come through that there aren't human words for. The light language moves past the conscious mind to the subconscious mind and breaks you out of trance. And we're in trance all the time. Like we can be in trance when we're watching a TV show. But what I mean by trance is we get fixated on a particular vibration. And what light language does, and the healing work that I do inside of Sacred Awakening, is I'll pull in certain things that help you break out of trance so you have a different experience. You have a different relationship. You're on a different frequency station. And it's really important that we break out of patterns. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. Yeah, so thank you, Tara. So she said, I'm just hearing those of you asking about books. When you join this class, you will write your own book. Connecting with your records is better than a book. You will have all of the answers right in front of you. And this is, oh my God, guys, like it is so incredible, like the information that you get. And this is not about outsourcing your healing. This is about you taking control of doing the healing for yourself. This is not about looking for answers outside of this yourself. This is about seeking answers within you and trusting yourself and having a deeper connection with yourself. And it's just, it's incredible. And then if I go down the book rabbit hole with some of you guys, we've had students. I had a student, her name is Peggy. She came, and I think it was on class 5 in Sacred Awakening level 1. We did a healing. And after that class, she sat down and wrote an entire book. An entire book. The records help you with all sorts of things. They help you with business. So if you want to write copy, you want to create social posts, you want to do something, they can help you with that. They can help you with projects. They can help you with writing. They can help you with speaking. They can help you with your relationship with yourself. It's so cool what they can do. Okay. So speaking in tongue is the same as light language. Absolutely, for the most part. What is the difference between light languages and speaking in tongue? It's the same, for the most part. When I was introduced to light language, I was told it's angel language. So we're channeling different things from different spaces. Okay, someone said, sometimes Edgar Casey's readings wouldn't answer all the questions. For some reason, people couldn't know certain things about their life. Yes, and this is the same thing for the most part with the records. I'm going to say it's slightly different. If you are not meant to know something, the chances of you coming up with the question to that are slim to none. So typically, if you have a question and you are able to articulate it and share it, the guardians are going to answer that question. If it is something for you that is not in alignment for you to know at that moment in time, they will simply tell you it's not time to talk about that. A lot of times too, that they will drop nuggets for you that you will understand years later. There are things that they shared with me many years ago that sometimes I'm like, oh, that's what that meant. I knew what it meant this, and this is how I perceived it here in this year. And 10 years later, this is how I understand it now. It's similar to like a teacher telling you something and you're like, have no clue what that even means. And then all of a sudden, years later, you have an experience. You're like, oh, that's what she or he meant by that. I now understand. And so there's that, or how many of you have been told you'll understand when you get older when you were a kid, and you understand when you get older, right? And so there's wiseness in it. Okay, how can I start to remember my dreams again? The records can help you do that. The records can help you do that as well. So let me just share really quickly. Let me share really quickly. All right, it's just a second. Let me grab. Okay. If you're interested, tomorrow early bird ends. I'll just share this really quick just so you guys can know if this is in alignment or not. So Sacred Awakening, there's 10 video lessons. So, and then there's live component with it too, where I teach live. And so on the lives, I'm going deeper with the materials and following the group as well, because every group is different. And so what is coming up in the collective, what's going on for you and the group, like you guys lead where we go in deeper conversations. So you'll learn what the divine knowledge of the records are, the gateway into the records. You'll also learn how to embrace your ego and your mind so you don't sabotage yourself. You'll get access to the Sacred Awakening Akashic Record Tunement. This is where I tune you and calibrate you to your Akashic Records. I teach you how to open the records with a really quick method and using crystal and energy. I'll teach you how to ask powerful questions in the records, how to go deeper with the questioning. You'll also learn how to connect and heal your multidimensional self. So the 6 core aspects of your being, you're going to connect to your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, ego, and inner child. Release old imprints, restore harmony. These 6 core aspects of your being dictate your reality all the time. And because of that, we want to have a connection and know where we are in space and time. And so I teach you how to connect with them outside of the records and how to use the records to heal. Expanding your intuitive gifts. We talk about the clairs all throughout the course. You will also go deeper and deeper and deeper with your clairsentient, claircognizant, clair for smell, for taste, for hearing, for seeing, for touch, and for knowing. Best practices for giving other people reading, how to open the records for other people, and how to deliver powerful readings with confidence. This part of the course is where your clairs get amplified. It's easy to give to others compared to it is to ourselves. And so even if you don't want to become a practitioner giving readings to other people, this helps you to develop a deeper connection with your own records, or you can go give readings to other people. And then anchoring the records into your everyday life. We have a virtual retreat, typically twice a year. As long as I am holding them, you get lifetime access to these virtual retreats. In the virtual retreat, we do a past life regression, we do ancestral work, we do tapping into your gifts, there's activations, there's healings. I usually host them twice a year. That bonus alone is worth more than what the investment of the course is, which is over $2,000 a virtual retreat. You get a crystal kit. I mail that to you. You get 5 crystals. They're soulmate crystals. They're delivered to your door or whatever address you want me to deliver them to. We always confirm your address with you, and they're handpicked and they're activated. Some students have never been attracted to crystals, and then they're like, holy cow. And then there's other students that they just start their relationship with crystals, or they deepen their relationship with crystals. And then Embodied Empath Clair Gifts Masterclass, this gets delivered to you right away when you sign up. This is all about how do you take on other people's energy, how to stop taking on other people's energy, how to separate your energy, how to protect your energy. So you're not carrying around other people's junk with you. You'll get 3 crystal healings specifically designed throughout the course to assist you in your Akashic Record journey. And then Awaken Your Intuition Masterclass. This specific masterclass is all about your clairs, and you'll get access to that right away. That allows you to see what your strongest clair is, so you know how to start tapping in, trusting it, and strengthening it as well. This pay in full bonus, if you pay in full, and you can do Afterpay or Karna with this, you'll get a special Akashic Record Soul Clearing live. I'm going to do this live. If you do a payment plan, we'll always offer it later on as well. And the last one I just did was insane. So we released contracts, oaths, vows, and agreements that are keeping you stuck in limitation. This is a $333 value that you get for free if you sign up as a pay in full. A new fast acting bonus is the Quantum Future Self activation. In this powerful activation, you'll connect with your empowered future self, the version of you who already embodied gifts, clarity, next level. You'll receive aligned direction, energetic upgrades, collapse old timelines, so you can move now with certainty and momentum and trust. This is really cool. That will be released later today or first thing tomorrow morning, because it's a brand new one. Gold, 10 video lessons, 9 live calls, journal prompts, notes. We play into every style of learning. So If you're a visual learner, an audience learner, if you like reading, like we have all of it. So you'll get that, healings, activations, and you can download all of the materials as well. You get lifetime access to materials. And then we have a community as well. So you can post, ask questions, receive feedback as well. And then you get all the bonuses, the virtual retreat, the embodied empath class, awaken your intuition, the 3 crystal healings, and the crystal kit. We have 50% going on until tomorrow evening. That's our early bird pricing. And then platinum, you get everything in gold, plus the certification, plus turning practice readings into paid readings, which is a business masterclass, 1 additional live call, 1 video lesson, private session with one of our Sacred Awakening coaches where you get individualized feedback on your reading style so you can read with confidence skills. And just see where the guardians want you to go deeper as well. We have lots of testimonials. I've been teaching this course for 9 years. There's 50% off going on until tomorrow evening. Pay in full after the 50% is $1,111. Karna Afterpay is $97, as low as $97 a month. We have a 12-month payment plan as low as $111 a month. We have 6 and 9 months, and then platinum is $14.97 or $137 for pay after, or $149 for 12 months. And you can also book a discovery call. It's free. So if you're on the fence and you want to make sure this is a good fit, you can do that. You can go to theamyrobeson.com/records. So let me stop share here. Let me go here. Let me stop share here. That stopped that. And then let me turn my camera off because apparently yesterday it wasn't working. Hopefully that's all good. Let me know if you have questions about Sacred Awakening. We start next week, Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, but next week, Wednesday. This is going to be a good group. The group is both women and men. I have never excluded men in my work because I think men are just as important to heal as women. We have a lot of women in the group. And so know that that's a part of that. And then we partner people up too. If you want to partner, great. If you don't want to partner, that's okay too. And if you prefer only to partner with women or only to partner with men, we accommodate those needs as well. The live calls are 90 minutes to 2 hours long. If you can't join the live call, you can catch the replay. You get 100% of the benefit by catching the replay. I've had many practitioners that have never come to a live call that are practicing now, and that are amazing practitioners. I have some students that are able to make it to all the live calls, some students that can only make it to a handful. You can catch it. Like, we record everything. You can listen to everything as well. A healed man doesn't hurt others. True. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. What materials do you need to start? Nothing. I would recommend getting a journal, like a notebook or a journal. But otherwise, you're good. Once you join, you'll get access to start getting access to materials, and then we go through everything. Did you announce the winners of the giveaway? I did. How long are the video lessons? The video lessons are anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on the topic. So for example, when I'm talking about the method of going into your records, that one's a little longer. And then there's some that are like shorter videos as well. If you have womb healing spiritual gifts, how is the person supposed to use that on others? You can ask in the records how to utilize that. The guardians want to help you utilize your gifts, and so they can customize plans for you. They never ever make you do something you don't want to do. They can recommend, but you have free will to decide what you want to do and how you want to do it as well. But that's a perfect question for inside the records. Like, hey, I have womb healing abilities. Can you please confirm this? And tell me how to utilize these gifts. Tell me how I can bring this out into the world. What am I in alignment with in terms of using this gift? What is the advantage of having your records open as you facilitate a healing search clearing? Do you have to protect your energy too? We go through the protocols of protecting your energy. It's really important to always protect your energy. And the advantages of opening your records to facilitate a healing and a clearing will allow you to go past like the protocol of what the steps are to doing that healing or clearing, and it refines the process. And so let's say there's 8 steps that you were taught on how to do a healing and a clearing, and you always follow those steps. But when you have the records open, they might introduce something that's important to do in that moment before step 1, and they might introduce a new step that you didn't know, and they might introduce something else, and they might take out a step because there's something else that they want you to do. And so they refine the process. And it takes it deeper with it. Are we partnered off based on logistics, like where we live, or is it guided by the records? We always guide it by the records and availability. So I'm not going to partner you with someone that can only meet at 3 p.m. and you need to meet in the morning. Like it's all going to be based on availability and who the guardians recommend that we partner you with as well. Yeah. Look for stones for chakras. Okay. What other questions, you guys? So couple other questions that I typically get when it comes to the records is, one, how do I know I'm in alignment? If you feel like the records are speaking to you, that is usually a sign you're ready. Also, if you feel like you're going to miss out on something, and not FOMO, just like you know that this is a part of it, but you're scared, I would highly recommend trusting. Also, if you know it is not the right time for you and you know that's not fear, trust that as well, because it's really important. If we don't join Sacred Awakening, can we still purchase the crystal bundle separately? You can purchase crystals from me. You don't have to join Sacred Awakening, but I won't be giving you like Akashic record crystals programmed for you to open your records. But you can purchase a crystal bundle that are specifically for you. Yes. Hilda, can you post in the Facebook group asking to partner up with someone? I've met a lot of really nice classmates by putting the request out there too. Yeah. So what Hilda's saying is you can have more than one partner, and you can just simply post in the community, the Facebook group, where it just, like, if you want to partner up with an additional person, like, you'll meet all sorts of different people, and it's up to you how many people you want to connect with. We don't force anything. We don't force you to do anything. It's totally up to you, your availability, what experience you want out of it as well. How do we find the Facebook group? It should be in the member portal. So when you sign up, there's a member portal, and then there's a Facebook group link. You'll click that. Make sure you fill out the questionnaire, because we won't let you in unless you are a registered student, and we know that you're a registered student. We confirm you're a registered student. Is it a disadvantage not to have Facebook? So if you want to be like a part of the Facebook group, I would recommend just having that just for that. Like, you don't have to be scrolling on Facebook, but it's just to just log into the group and to post and ask questions. If you're worried about being like on social media and like scrolling and doing that, I just set a timer for 10 minutes. I'm just going to be on there for 10 minutes. If you don't want to do that, we've had students that don't want to be in the Facebook group. Eventually, we're going to have it where it's in an app. We've had different communities, but the Facebook group has always been the one that's the most active, and so we stopped that. But I'm working on doing something a little different. Like I said earlier, throughout this series, like I'm restructuring my business and there's some technology that we're getting. And so eventually the community will not be in Facebook groups. It's always been in Facebook groups, and it's the easiest thing right now to do. But if you need something, like let's say you're not in Facebook, you don't want Facebook, but you want to get an additional partner, we can post on your behalf for you. Like my team and I will post on your on behalf. Like there's ways around it. Are the crystal types you choose for each student, or do you have various types you use? We are like, not everybody gets the same type. Like each student has like very specific crystals we are gifting them, because they act as keys to opening your records. And so every student is different. Like we don't have preset kits. They're all different and unique. And we handpick them as well, because for example, not every rose quartz is in alignment. So we pick the one that is in alignment. And I'm just giving rose quartz as an example. Not everybody gets rose quartz. Are the lives like this, or should we have our cameras on? So right now we're in webinar mode on Zoom. And so in calls, we have we're not in webinar mode, we're in a meeting mode. And so if you want the cameras on, you can have them on. If you don't want your camera on, you don't have to have it on at all. Like I don't make anybody turn on their camera, but it's nice if you turn it on, because I get feedback from facial expressions, but it's not a requirement. Some people I know are shy. For the program, how does the week look like? One video, practice, support. Yeah. So for the week, we have a lesson that's released. Most of the time, it's usually one video lesson. There's typically most of the time there's a healing that's attached to it. Not every single one has a healing attached to it. You'll have a lot of healings throughout the entire course. And then we also have additional bonus materials that couple well with the video lesson. So if there's bonus videos, because I've been teaching this a long time and I've had many questions throughout the year, and if I've answered a question that I know is a really good question, we will attach that as bonus materials for the course. And it's up to you, and it's all labeled bonus within the lesson. So if you want to utilize that information, you can, but you do not have to. When I say I gift you a lot of additional stuff, I promise you I do. So it's like, I want you to have access to things, and I don't want to overwhelm you on our program page, but and we also don't want to overwhelm you in the course. And so if you don't want to utilize those materials, you don't have to. The core materials are enough to have great success. And then there's just additional things I gift you guys as well. And then I always encourage you to post and share in the community if that's something that you want. This allows you to also create ahas. You can share your aha. You can also ask for feedback. You can say, this is what I experienced. What do you think? Like, I need some support with this. What do you think? And we're happy to support you. Okay, I asked yesterday, maybe it will get approved today. Yeah, Angela, my social media manager will look at that. Kat, make sure you look at the Facebook group things today. I missed a session. Did you mention the winner in the session? Did you email them? Yes, we emailed them. We announced them as well, which I don't think you were on my list. I don't think so, but I'm old school. I like writing things down on paper. Let's see. I don't think you were, but you can always check with support and see if you were on the list. I don't recall your name on there. But we'll do a raffle again today too. So, yeah, it was John Joyati, Tina Darlington, Carrie Knoll, Talia Marcus, Ashley, Chloe Bowles, Colleen Winchester, Theodora, Carrie Oceanlove, Patricia P. I don't know how to say your last name. Denise, I think that's how it's Denyse, and then Tabitha. So those were the winners of like either Ascend, Light Language, Level 1 bundles, or Meet Your Spirit Guides. Okay. And then your approval might have already been for the Facebook group. It might have already been approved today. So just double check that too. Extra gifts are beyond your imagination. I think a part of me, my love language is gifts, but it's not, I don't care if I get a gift. I love giving gifts. My mom's love language is gifts. And so I'm used to giving gifts. It is my family's love language is gifts. Like we love giving gifts. And so, yes, there was one session I fell asleep where a handful of names were tagged, including mine. But I can't find out why when I rewatched it. Michelle, maybe you won one of the $75 gift cards. Maybe you won one of the $75 ones. Possibly. The program, I already did that. It's great to receive them. Each one is amazing. Thanks, Hilda. Yeah, guys, I love doing them. They're fun. The gifts are fun. So when I first started this program, things have changed, but not by much. When I first started the program, I sent everybody a crystal kit. I still send everybody a crystal kit. Like there's something really cool about receiving a present. And oftentimes I'll have students say like, it feels like Christmas. Like they're so excited to receive something. And so it just creates this energy of like coming into the session. And if you sign up for the program, welcome, and make sure you send support your address verification where you want us to mail your kits. We'll mail them to you. Okay. Any other questions, guys? So it's okay if you're religious. It's okay if you're spiritual. The records are going to meet you where you're at. It's okay if your family doesn't believe in these things. What's important is that you know where you're going, you're trusting where you're going, and you're trusting where you're being guided to go as well. The other thing is the course is not just like, here's how you open the records. Yes, that is one of the promises. I'm going to show you how to open the records. What my goal is to really teach you how to utilize them the proper way to have a self-discovery. Is the records different than accessing the subconscious? Yes. So when it comes to, how do I want to answer this? The guardians, the masters, teachers, and loved ones are going to assist you in understanding your subconscious, and it's going to go beyond the subconscious, and it's going to take into consideration everything about you, everything about your soul's journey that has happened and could possibly happen as well. And then utilizing that based on the present moment, based on what you are asking, based on what support you require as well. Why do you partner people in the course? Is it to practice with each other? One, to create community. Oftentimes people in this space feel very alone, feel like they're going through something and they don't know what that is. And so it creates community. So you have someone to practice with. It also gives you a chance to practice the tool and to trust and build confidence. Because sometimes when we're in our own head, we're like, I'm just making this up. And then when you actually have feedback from your partner, like, wow, that was so spot on. Like I'm going through this thing, or this happened to me today. And that like totally answered the question to what happened. And so it creates that feedback. And then oftentimes people make lifelong friends. Like I'm all about community. Like, we live in a very connected world where we're very lonely and isolated. And it's important for us to be in community. We are not meant to be isolated. We are not meant to be by ourselves. And it's really important to be around like-minded people so you can grow and foster your curiosity and understand why you're here. And everybody's unique in how they receive and utilize the records. And what's really cool is just seeing all the different walks of life and how you're changing and how you're evolving and how you're utilizing the records for good for yourself and for your community as well. So it's to practice and community. Would it have been emailed to me, or how do I check? Oh, I'm planning to sign up, so I would love to know. Kat, on Slack, can you send me the spreadsheet to look at the $75 winners? I have a really great team. Send it to me on Slack. I have a really great team. And so I don't make all of this run because it would be impossible, and I'm not techie. So I have a really great team, and my team is really helpful. So if you're having tech problems, you just message support and they will help you. If you're having, you have a question and it's regarding something that's not about the course, you just message support and they will help you, or they'll figure out a way to help you. And then if it's related to the course, and I'm here to help you. And so we have a really great team that likes to support people. So Michelle, I'm going to answer your question in just a second. If you are on, Bree said, Amy Robeson do you sell the most recent bonuses separately outside of Sacred Awakening? Doing refreshers, not with alignment, but I would love most. Bree, I've never done that, my dear. Everything's always been what is for the course or the refresher as well. So that just because it's just for that container. Does that make sense? Why close records? Because you want, it's shifting into a different consciousness, and it's really important that you are grounded and stable, and not everybody can handle being in the records all day. You also don't want to sleep with your records open, because you go into a space that you're not meant to be going into because you're not conscious. And so we want to create safety. We want to have grounding. We want to be in this reality. That doesn't mean you won't go into other realities. It's just really important to be grounded in your human body, in your human experience, so you can make the best out of this experience. John said, I really feel the records call me, and I'm so grateful to the award presented to me. Will my purpose be defined immediately? What a great question, John. So one of the big things that everybody who here wants to know what their purpose is, tell me in the chat box, type in me if that's you. So here's the thing. Everybody wants to know their purpose to some degree, right? And so we can utilize the records, and the records might tell you immediately what your purpose is. And it's okay if they don't. The main thing is when we're exploring the records in the beginning, that we're laying really great foundational practice, and we're building trust, and we're building confidence. And so what is meant to be revealed, when it will be revealed, it determines when you are ready to receive it. And so just because you might want the answer doesn't mean you might not be ready to receive it. And so will it be shared with you immediately? Possibly. Don't know until we get there and until we start asking questions. But it's a possibility, and it might not happen till later on in the course. So like you want to be open to it meeting you where you're at. And I'll shoot you guys straight, because I know that some people are very, very, very eager. Like I've had students who were like, I really need to find a new job right this second. And that is a top priority. And while you can ask that question, the guardians might have something else to work with you on first, because they're never going to work with you on step 10 if you haven't done step 1. They're always going to focus on step 1 first. And that's how you get to step 10. And if you're asking a step 10 question and you still need to do first step, they're going to bring you back to first. And they'll tell you, we'll get to this space, but you got to do this first. And then you got to do this. And then you got to do this. And that leads to other things. And so it's, you got to crawl before you walk. I know my purpose, just don't know where and how. Lulu, I love that. Yes. Lots of me's. I'm ready. Me. I think I have an idea. Yes. I love that. Awesome. All right, guys. Any other questions? I have rarely gone to the records for myself, normally for clients. I love that. Definitely utilize them for yourself. I highly recommend. What is the minimum age limit of a person whose records we can or should open with permission? Can I open my 11-year-old autistic daughter's records? Thank you for this question. And the answer to that is we do not want to open anyone's records unless they are 18. Sometimes there are exceptions to the rules where we can start as low as 16. We can open up our records around the responsibility to that person. And so if you have kids, you can ask within your own records how to support your children. So you don't have to open their records in order to support them and in order to get assistance being their mom or their dad. So know that that is a possibility. If you're wanting to utilize this to help your family, I've had lots and lots and lots and lots of parents that have gone through this training and they're getting amazing support with their family, just utilizing their own records. You don't have to open your kids' records to get those answers right in that way. And then their system is not built to understand asking those types of questions. They're not old enough to ask those types of questions, depending on the child. And then there's, how do I want to say this? As a mom or as a dad, as a caregiver, you can ask around your responsibility. And that is more than, you will get so much information just from that as well. And I've had parents from all walks of life. I've had parents that have autistic nonverbal children that have had great results with helping their children. I have had parents that have kids on the spectrum. I've had parents that have kids that are not on the spectrum but have other support systems that are necessary to put into place for their kids. And then we have people that might not be like worried about kid stuff, but they have other things going on like health, or they have business stuff. And like, we all have stuff going on. There's always something going on in your life. And so the question is how am I utilizing the records in the moment? What do I need support with? How can I get support? What and how can the tool support me for the day is going to be a great question. I thought I heard thank you, Michelle, for sharing this, because this is such a great question. I thought I heard somewhere that the records were only based on our Earth lives, but not galactic lives. Is this correct? Not the way that I teach them. Not the way that I teach them. There are many different modalities, many different methods of how the Akashic records are taught, and many perspectives of how to utilize the records. The way that I teach them, it is all encompassing. It's the infinite field of possibilities, and that does not just limit it to Earth. It does not limit it to Earth. It is everything your soul has ever experienced and will experience from the moment your soul comes into existence. And so there are people out there that just teach the galactic records. I think that's amazing. The way that I teach it is everything. Everything's involved with it, and not just earth lives, because that's not what the records hold. Akash means space. And so what we're tapping into is the infinite field in space, in the cosmos, that your soul is recording its information. Some people view the Akashic records as a library. I do not see it that way. That does not mean it's wrong, okay? Because some of my students, they'll see it as a library because that's how the guardians are speaking to them in the moment so that they understand it. Every time the masters, teachers, and loved ones speak to you, share information with you, they're sharing it from a place that you can understand to some degree on what they're sharing with you, even if you don't fully understand it in the moment. They're going to talk to you in lingo, language, vocabulary that you understand, in images, in knowing, in impressions and feelings that you understand. And based on that, the further you go, the more that you understand as well. And so it is not just based on earth for Sacred Awakening. I cannot speak to every Akashic Record program out there as well. And so know that different programs give you different results. Great question, Michelle. What kind of crystal is that behind you over your right shoulder? The big, round, bluish one. It's really standing out, grabbing my attention. This one? This one, Michael? Let me know. This one right here. Okay. I had someone call this one blue the other day. So that's why I was like, is it this one? It's just an amethyst portal, and this is calcite. Amethyst portal and calcite. Okay. So amethyst acts as a psychic vacuum. Calcite mends a broken heart. It doesn't have to be romantic broken heart. It just mends a broken heart. Okay. Let's do a raffle. If you're interested and you want to win a $75 ticket to gift card to Sacred Awakening, remember, if I gifted it to you already, you can only win once. And it's for new students for level 1, or refresher students, or if you were already a Sacred Awakening student, you can use it on something else. Okay. So with that being said, I'm ready for Sacred Awakening. Type that in the chat box, and I'll give some gift cards away, and then I'm looking. Okay. I have really gone to the records for myself normally for clients. That's okay. Yummy. Yeah, that was a great question, Michelle, and answer. All right. If you'd like to win the gift card, it's $75 to Sacred Awakening. Just type in "I'm ready for Sacred Awakening," and then let me go over here. Okay. So Michelle, okay. So Michelle, don't see you on my list, but I'm going to gift you it. So Michelle on Zoom, Marla on Zoom. No, the other fast acting bonuses disappear on a specific date. So I've extended them in the past, and so that's why we do them as fast acting bonuses. Pamela K. And so Michelle, Pamela K. Angela, did you message me earlier? Email me? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. 'Cause I thought I talked to you on things. So my brain's like not working. Okay, so okay. Michelle, Marla, Nicole, and then Jackie Baldwin on YouTube, Andrea Green on YouTube. And I'll do also KALPANAV 3270 on YouTube as well. So congrats, guys. Okay. Any other questions, guys? This next round is going to be amazing. I'd love for you to be in it. Okay, Angela, I'm like, I think I swear I talked to you earlier. So I'm excited for you to join us. Let's see. Do you guys want to do 2 readings before I hop off? If you'd like a reading, type in R. You did. I'm good. Thank you. You're welcome, my dear. I was just making sure I was remembering it correctly. Thanks, sweetie. If you'd like a reading, type in your question. Your open-ended question. I'll read like 2 probably. So thank you guys for joining us. I hope to see you in the course. You can go to theamyrobeson.com/records, theamyrobeson.com/records. If you're one of our gift card winners, go email support. They'll give you the coupon code to register, and you'll get 75 off of Sacred Awakening. Or if you're a new student or if you're a returning student, you can use it for something new. Oh yeah. Tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna do a live tomorrow at 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. So if you want to join me for that, I'll do a little live for that. We'll send a little message out too. It'll be the same Zoom link. Okay. Maria Martin said, why is it hard for me to believe in myself? Because you were told that that is not something to be proud of. And those weren't like the verbal words, but there's this energetic thing that's happening in your ancestral lineage that like believing in yourself is something that will fail you. And so it's not something to be proud of, which you should be proud of yourself. And it's important to believe in yourself because you're your biggest cheerleader. And in order to become your biggest cheerleader, it's this shift out of this is happening to me versus this is happening and I have the right to respond how I want to respond. There's this shift in energy and this shift in standing in your power, and there's this shift of perception of who you are and who you get to be versus who you were told you were, or made to believe in terms of an energetic feeling of how you were supposed to show up based on your family's needs, wants, and desires. Hope that's helpful. And Tammy said, if you have been called to the spiritual world, is it because you are ready to learn and understand? Yes, there is a part of your soul that's like, it's like your oversoul is directing you to remember this path. Once you go down it, and what it looks like changes throughout the years, but once you go down it, you can't unsee what is shown. You can't It's not, you can't just bury your head in the sand afterwards. And so living a spiritual life and spirituality looks different for each and every person. And so if there's like a stigma, or there's like a way that you think the way like spirituality looks, it's different for everyone. One of my friends always goes, just a bunch of dirty hippies. Well, I know I'm not a dirty hippie, and that's not what I look like. So with that being said, spirituality looks different for each and every person. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being a hippie either. What I'm saying is you get to decide what spirituality looks like, how you show up to it. And the main thing is are you taking the invitation? Are you taking the invitation on your terms? Are you taking the invitation to learn about yourself? Because there's an invitation. There's an invitation from your soul and your guides. And I know when I was in like my darkest place, I am so grateful that I had guidance that helped me get out of that dark place, because I wouldn't be having this conversation with you guys if I wouldn't have listened, if I wouldn't have taken the invitation, if I wouldn't have stepped into the invitation. Because when you're going through the dark night of the soul and you don't want to be here anymore, that can be really, really hard and really, really challenging. And so I invite you to take the invitation. And if that resonates, if anything resonates, let me know and type in RES. My admiration and love for you, Amy, cannot be put into words. Oh, thank you, my dear. Okay, let me come back over here. I'm gonna do two more just because I feel like it. If my future self, how do I say your name? Name? Niamh. Oh, I cannot say your name. I'm so sorry. If my future self could whisper one piece of advice to me today, what would it say? Remember, guys, like when we're in a group setting, if something resonates with you, take what does, leave behind the rest. This is such a good one. Your future self would say, stop being stubborn. Start living life to the terms you decide. Stop being stubborn. Give yourself permission to have confidence. Stop being stubborn. Leave behind the rest. Okay, one more. I'm going to do one more. Oh, I like this question. Tavisha, Tavisha. How can I manifest what I want more efficiently? Breadcrumbs, breadcrumbs, breadcrumbs. Spirit, God, is always giving you breadcrumbs. The question is, do you overthink it? Do you stay in the old energy of it? Or do you follow it? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It's important to follow. It's important to follow the energy as it presents itself to you. Each breadcrumb will take you to the next step. You don't have to have 20 breadcrumbs to get to the end. You only have to have one breadcrumb at a time. And sometimes those breadcrumbs feel like they're few and far in between, but they're not, because you're in the breadcrumb. You're in the energy that you're supposed to be in for that particular step until the next one appears. So stop chasing and seeking 27,000 breadcrumbs all at once when you only need one. You only need one breadcrumb to get to the next place. You just got to stay in the energy of where you're at in the present moment, and then the next one will appear when it's supposed to appear, and it's up to you to act on it. Follow the breadcrumbs, follow the energy. As you follow it, time folds, journey unfolds. You are where you're at when you're meant to be there, even if you are not taking the short way around. If you're taking the long way around, you're still meant to be where you're at. Forgive yourself if you decide and hesitate too long where the opportunity passes you by, because another opportunity will come your way to follow back through on where you're supposed to go. That's the long way around. So the question is if you do let that opportunity pass you by, the next time it comes up, are you going to take that opportunity? The other thing is stop allowing the same pattern into your life over and 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 over into your life until it beats you over the head and you can't decide if you're meant to be in that pattern anymore. The question is when will you allow the patterns to stop? When the pattern keeps repeating, the question will be what am I to learn from this so I can stop this pattern? Not playing the victim to the pattern at all, because that also helps you to manifest what you want more efficiently. Is that helpful? Let me know if that's helpful, guys. Let me know if that's helpful. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for the Soul Evolution Masterclass series. I am going to have my team send a survey. I would love to hear back from you how you enjoyed the series, what your favorite thing was as well. And please complete the survey. I would greatly appreciate it. And then tomorrow we'll do another quick little live. It's not going to be like a normal length. It's at a different time. I just want to remind everybody, if you want to join. Don't forget. That's so synchronistic. I saw a quote that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step today. Hey, I love it. Thank you. You're such a gifted teacher. Thank you. This was amazing. I feel like I finally found the teacher that I've been looking for. So excited. Oh, thank you. I'm so excited you're here. Starts with you saying yes to you. Always. It's always starting with you saying yes to you. Like, I wouldn't be talking to you guys if I didn't say yes to myself a long time ago. And like had my very first experience with my very first spiritual teachers and things like that. And I think that we're all meant to connect in different ways, and we're all meant to have support in different ways. And so, if I'm your person to help you, I'd love to help you. What time tomorrow? 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific. Don't ask me Mountain Time because I get confused with the time change. I can't wait until next week. Me too, Jamie. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Wonderful, guys. I hope you have an amazing, amazing, amazing day. We will talk to you very, very soon. Take care. Bye. Bye-bye.